Welcome back, everybody, to Katawa Shoujo with me, Millbee, and we are here for episode... I want to say 21, possibly, I'm not sure yet. Well, 21 of many. Anyway, so yes, before we were in town, we went to get some food, and accidentally clicked one screen ahead, but I scrolled back, so... Here we go! Once inside, I ordered two Once inside, I ordered 2 slices of pie and accompanying cups of tea and take them back to our table. I pegged this cafe as the type to appeal to Lily. Small and quiet, but well kept and somewhat upscale. Going by the dainty smile she wears, I don't really know if I chose right. It's very rare not to see her smiling, after all. It's very, very rare not to see her smiling, after all. Nevertheless, I take a seat near her at one of the corner tables and lay down our small meals. Lily gingerly brings her head over the slice of pie placed in front of her, delicately taking in the aroma. Lemon pie, is it? Thank you, Hisao. No problem. The tea's just next to it, so be careful not to knock it over, because you're blind. It's basically what you just said. You know, don't knock it over, you know, because you're blind and all. Because you're blind in the klutz. She nods appreciatively, but judging from the slightly weak smile she has, the warning wasn't really necessary. I suppose the sound might have tipped her off to its position. We both tuck in our food without further ado, both of us remaining largely silent as we do so. Lily isn't the type to appreciate discussion while eating, and I can't say I like it either. How's it going? I quite like to eat with my mouth full, actually. It's like that. Eventually, we finish both our meals, and the last of our teacups follows in short order. Lily's is the first to break the break the cup. That was very nice. I must say, you've chosen quite well, Hisao. Hassan Chop! This is the first time I've really had much of a look around the city, so all I could really do is choose somewhere that looked nice. Damn. Sorry. Oh my god. You're way too careful about stuff like that. I feel really bad. I feel really bad. It looks nice. Oh, I'm sorry. You're blind. I shouldn't say the word look. He's getting annoyingly, like, weird about stuff like that. I feel really bad for inadvertently bringing up the subject of sight around Lily, but she doesn't appear to mind much. Quite the opposite. She almost looks amused by my awkward attempt at an apology. You're thoughtful, Hisao, but sometimes I feel that it gets the better of you. There's no need to change your speech on my account. I see. Lily truly is pretty comfortable in dealing with her condition. I still hasten to change the subject, as I can't really say that I share her confidence in the matter. Have you lived here for long? It seems like you have this place pretty much sorted out. She quickly waves her hand in front of her face to dismiss the notion. It's nothing like that. I've attended Yamaku since the start of high school. But I didn't walk around the city very much because Akira! My sister picked me up and dropped me off. Oh right, you mentioned not living in the dormitories until recently. It's quite a surprise. I just assumed she'd been living here since entering Yamaku at the least, which would give her a few years here. I've lived with my family for most of my life. Then I was just together with my sister, with my family having moved to Inverness long before. Inverness? In Scotland? Yeah, Inverness is in Scotland, isn't it? And Akira working long hours, I ended up having to move. Inverness? Isn't that somewhere in Scotland? I was right! Sweet! Haha! Boom, boom, boom! Score 1 for geography! Oh, did I not tell you? My family's currently lives in Scotland, the birthplace of my mother. My father's side is mainly Japanese, though. Wait, should I be doing Lily with a Scottish accent? Oh, hi! Did I not tell you? My family currently lives in Scotland. Ah, fat bastard! Do you like my... Oh, do you think I'm pretty? My father's side is mainly Japanese, though. Sorry. Huh. The question of what gave Lily her looks did cross my mind every now and again, but I'd never thought to ask. Answers that, then. To be honest, I'd never have guessed. Considering you have no accent, I'm guessing you were born here? Oh, he doesn't have an accent. Okay. Full marks. I'm thankful for my heritage, though. As without it, I'd likely not have been taught English so early in my life. And what have you? What about me? What about me? What if you gonna go? She gives a moment's thought. She probably should have thought of what to ask me before switching the topic. I'll go with... What are your plans for the future? What about you? What? That's such a vague question. What about me what? To be honest, I haven't thought much about that recently. After my accident and subsequent months in hospital, enjoying my life here with you and Hanako has been enough for me. In fact, I don't think I've thought at all about a future. For some time now. It seems almost futile. I can't live like that. I've never really thought too far ahead. I always very much live in the moment. Unnecessary stress when you start trying to plan out stuff most of the time. This is your last year of school. After this, you'll have to fend for yourself one way or the other. It's not like I don't know that. I just haven't put much thought into it since then. She opened her mouth to continue, but gives a small sigh instead. She seems to have realized that she really doesn't know enough about my situation to go too deeply into this. Well, we all have our own pace. I just hope you'll take any chance you see. I understand. I'll think about it. As we walk back out into the city, Lily takes a hold of my arm once again. So, did you get any good ideas for a present? To be honest, no. I've never been very good at picking them. We're like, honestly, there's moments where we're like that, me and him. Most of the time we're not, but presents, I'm awful at presents. Oh my gosh. If it's someone's birthday, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? I have to buy you a present. No. Christmas, no. Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of them. I hate them all. Any point where I have to buy people stuff. No. As absurd as it sounds, perhaps we should just look around? Hearing Lily utter those words froze me for a moment. Right. How do we do that? That's just the reaction I was expecting. It's simple. You can go window shopping and just tell me what's around. Over there's dress. It's clown. It's that's a box. Sorry, a flower. That's another clown. That's 3 clowns together. Magic hugs again. Magic hugs. If something interesting comes up, then we might have an idea. Right. I'm still not so sure of this, but I'll take your word for it. I think we'll manage. Hanako, my sister, and I managed to do it well enough. With Lily's simplistic... Well, it looks like they've gone down some back alley now. With Lily's simplistic and rather optimistic statement, we set off into the shopping district of the city, and I start describing everything I see to Lily. It's hard to think of Hanako going window shopping. She doesn't really feel like the type to place much stock in fashion. Nor have I noticed her reading magazines or the like. In fact, all I think I've ever seen her do as a hobby is read books. There's a housewares shop just ahead. Let's buy her a hammer. Looks like it's mostly crockery, though. I can't think that she'd have much need for that. What type of message would that send? What does that mean? Cook more food? You just for her birthday, you just give her a bowl. It's just like the words "cook more food" written on it. Cook more food? Yeah, that's not such a bad idea, maybe. Sometimes it's best to leave these things alone, Hisao. I think she disagrees. Once again, I get the feeling that Hanako's exploits in the kitchen aren't always successful. Lily must have had to help her with that sometimes. She's just like, I've had some bad experience with Hanako's cooking. Seriously, you don't want her cooking anymore. Let's see. Next along is a bookshop. That seems like a good one. She's always reading. Yes, but there are a few problems with books. I'm not quite sure what she hasn't read. What about a gift card then? There's nothing as impersonal. Ah, damn, that's like my default. Gift card. It's a gift card! Know what to get you? Get yourself something. It's like saying, I don't know enough about you to work out what you'd like. That's exactly what it says. Because I don't know what anyone likes. Maybe I'm just a terrible friend, but I just do not know what to buy people. Maybe I think too much about whether they'd like it or not. I always thought of it as making sure they got what they wanted. That's like my thinking as well. Giving people gifts is supposed to show them the level of affection you have for them. Well, actually, that's not true. I did buy that one gift for that girl. That was an odd one for me. I'd already done that, and I was like, I bought it, and I was like, you know what? I'm proud of buying this. I actually knew she wanted something, and I got it for her. I don't even know if she liked it that much. You can't decide this. that was a big moment for me. That was a big moment for me. Selflessness. If you can't decide on a simple gift for them, then how much could you think of them? Well, you might feel terrible for not knowing how to buy people gifts. I think I'm just indecisive. Right. No gift cards. Lily seems overly passionate about this, but I can see her point. If you're going to get something for someone, they should at least put some thought into it. If I want to get something for Hanako that reminds her of us every day, then what good is a gift card? In that case, what did you get Hanako last year? A porcelain doll. I thought if she had someone to talk to, it might help her ease her pain. It's not a good idea, and I used to make her look insane. A doll is never going to criticize her after all. So, should I be looking for a doll shop? If you could be so kind as to keep a lookout for one, I would be grateful. Sounds good to me, though I wish you'd mentioned it earlier. But if I did that, you wouldn't have started thinking for yourself, would you? Yeah, but then I just got onto gift cards. Once again, Lily has a point. My brain is currently analysing every store we pass for gift options. If Lily had mentioned a doll shop to begin with, I wouldn't have thought of anything else. We wander through the city's streets, but seem to be unable to find anything that resembles a doll shop, or anything that I could consider a fitting present. The simple act of... How about some, like, skin lotion? Would that be, like, too harsh? The simple act of searching is starting to clear my head. The events of last week are starting to fade away, and I'm looking forward to giving Hanako her gift. If I can find one, that is. This is hopeless. I thought we'd be able to find something in the city for sure. I'm sure we've walked down the street at least once before. It almost sounds like you're giving up, so... I'm not, but it's a lot harder than I thought. Try not to be so restricted in your thinking. Maybe we should actually get into some shops and have a look around. Here's another way to look at it. Maybe my indecisiveness for presents is because I just want them to be happy about it. And because I care too much about that, I can never decide what I want to get them. How about that thinking? That might work. I've never really been any good at window shopping. Leah and I circle around the city streets once more, this time popping into stores that catch our attention. In the end, though, nothing comes up as especially appropriate. Hanako's tastes are often quite hard to pin down at the best of times, thanks to her intensely private nature. Buy a SingStar! There you go. And those tastes we do know are hard to accommodate. Maybe take a break for a minute? I'm a bit exhausted. I agree and leave Lily to rest against a railing while I go to get a couple of drinks from a nearby vending machine. After walking up to the vending machine, I'm grabbing myself some lemonade. I find myself at a bit of a loss. Not really knowing Lily's tastes, I decide to take a guess and grab something that seems a little girly, but not too weird. Strawberry-flavoured milk. Back! I walk up to her and place the carton in her outstretched hands, making sure she has a grip on it before letting go. She feels out its contents before opening it and taking a very attentive sip, her approving smile afterwards telling me I made the right choice. We both rest and have a quiet drink for a few minutes. Familiar sort of... You're ringing again. A familiar sort of ringing begins to sound from Lily's side. She quickly apologizes as her hand goes into her pocket, pulling out her mobile phone. Do you mind if I take this? Yes. Put that phone down. And I threw it to the ground. I'm not a part of your system. That's the only song I like by Lonely Island. Most of the time I find this song really annoying. That song makes me laugh. Especially the It's Your Father. That's not my father, that's a phone. I think that's a bit where it's like, it's your father, and he like throws it. That's not my father, that's a phone. It's fine, don't worry. She nods to me in thanks before turning away and flipping the phone open, bringing it to her side of her face as she picks up the call. Going by the Lily's voice, the person on the other end is no doubt some friend or another. I tune out of this conversation pretty quickly, as the snippets that Lily says make it sound like little more than gossip. Without much else to do, I find myself watching Lily. She really is a pretty girl, which would hardly hurt her popularity in school. It's interesting just how much Hanako and Lily contrast with each other, in both personality and appearance. That's a bit nasty. Hanako's pretty in like a kind of cute kind of way. She's like more pretty in like a, in like a sort of angelic kind of way. But, that's a bit harsh. Minus the scarring, of course. For a few minutes, I just lean back and drink, watching her creepily. Before long, Lily says her goodbyes to the person she's talking to, and I hang. The thing is, he can creep on her, and she will have no idea. Lily says her goodbyes to the person she's talking to, and hangs up, placing her phone back in her pocket and leaning back against the railing as before. Sorry, just a friend from class. I take one final swig from my can before throwing it in the bin. Lily gives me her carton to throw away soon after, finishing it off relatively quickly. You seem to have a lot of friends. Oh? Lily waits for me to continue, her interest piqued. I was just thinking that you and Hanako contrast really heavily. It's hard to imagine Hanako doing a lot of the things you do, or knowing the people you know. You seem to think about Hanako quite a bit. Well, yeah. Because I'm enamored with her. I don't know, it's just, she's mysterious, I guess. I kind of want to know more about her, which isn't that easy. It almost sounds like you're doubting your relationship to her. I don't think it's that. I just want to know, I want to do more for her, being her friend at all. I don't really even know how she sees me. The statement seems to interest Lily quite a bit. I wonder if Hanako said anything about me to Lily during their conversations. I'm about to ask what's on her mind before she picks herself up off from the railing. Should we be off then? She knows something. Her voice and expression show that she's playing games with me. Lily knows damn well that she's leaving me hanging. With a sigh, I pick myself off the railing as well and have a brief look around. We have stuff to do, so I'll just try and get back to her about this later. Tucked in between a newsstand and other convenience store is a small shop. The sign above the door reads, Othello's Antiques, in decorative English script. It'd be easy to miss if we were walking along the street, but since we're stationary and I'm purposely looking around, it's just noticeable. Say, Lily, that doll you got for Hanako, was it new? Well, yeah, but I'm not quite sure I know what you mean. I think I found our shop. It's across the road. Oh, what is it? Some kind of toy shop? It's an antique shop. I think it's probably going to be our best bet. Really? I didn't even know we had one of those near here. Well, yeah, because you can't see. Neither did I. I missed it the first time when we went by here. It's pretty well hidden. Well, then we can't hurt to check. Inspired by this new find, we quickly dust ourselves off and head towards the store. We've been sitting there so long, we've gathered dust. Lily's hand finding its way to my elbow for guidance. What is that? What is that? It's like a cracked mirror. The store has a strange, musky scent to it. The layout is more like a garage than a store. Things are strewn around the floor without any immediate semblance of order. The shopkeeper... Whoa! Old guy. The shopkeeper... Oh, I get to do an old man voice. The shopkeeper gives us an almost bored look. Through his particularly small eyes. Look of your special eyes. My brand! My brand! My brand! They can't have my eyes. I have special eyes. His face looks weary and tired, and his dress style is distinctly anachronistic. He gives us a polite nod of welcome before going back to his book. Oh, I was gonna get to do old man voice. Lily holds tightly onto my arm, and I find myself having to split my efforts between making sure we don't miss a potential gift for Hanako and making sure Lily doesn't inadvertently bump into anything. The task is quite difficult given the haphazard way the store is laid out, and the many things poking out the shelves they're sitting on pieces of furniture, but eventually we safely arrive at an old desk covered in dolls and teddy bears. I think this is the right place. There's pretty much every kind of doll you could imagine here. I should make the choice much simpler. Could you please pick one for me, Hisao? I had a feeling it would come to this. I picture Hanako in my mind and tried to imagine which of the dolls before me would suit her best. My eyes wander across the collection. Each one is as exquisite as the one before it. The sheer number of styles is boggling, but eventually one catches my eye. Here, how about this one? I pick up a small porcelain doll that looks to be at least somewhat affordable. Dressed in a Victorian-era green dress with a little brown hat sitting atop its blonde hair, it looks a little like Lily. How about this one? Can you see? I gently pass it to her, who delicately feels her way around the object while wearing a look of slight concentration. It certainly feels beautiful. Do you think it would suit Hanako, in your opinion? I think it would. It could look good in her room. In that case, I'll trust your judgment. You haven't even seen her room. Will you be getting her something as well, or shall this be a shared gift? I'm not sure. I think I should get her something myself, but I don't think getting her another doll is such a great idea, maybe. I let my voice trail off as I look around the shop. Resting on a writing table not far from us is a decorative box that catches my eye. Wait here, I think I found something. My, that was fast. I gingerly walk through a collection of crystal glassware and pick up the box. The wooden sides are covered in carvings depicting ancient battles around a castle. The top, however, looks far too familiar. Alternating squares of white and black varnished wood are arranged on the lid.
That's a really nice item. It's a chess set from overseas.
A chess set? Ah. The store owner's sudden appearance startles me a little. I didn't see him approaching at all. I suppose he's trying to help us because we don't really look like we know what we're looking for. Or, on the other hand, maybe he wants to keep an eye on us because he suspects we might shoplift instead. I'm looking for a present for a friend.
I see. In that case, the chess set would make a fine choice. Okay.
Realization floods into my mind. This is a pretty good-looking set. But this is an antique shop. They're not well known for their bargain prices. How old is this?
This is a reproduction. My best estimate is that it's about 5 years old.
I see. How much? He thinks a little before telling me, which is slightly disconcerting.
I'll let you take this for 7,000 yen.
I balk a little. I wasn't expecting to spend that much. But this does seem perfect. I don't know how much that is. Is that a lot? I generally am not. I don't know exchange rates, so... Then again, maybe that's a testament to how well he worked out how much he could make me pay. Couldn't make it 5,000?
5,500. No lower.
I'm sold. Oh, we'd also like to get that doll. The store owner looks over his shoulder, focusing on Lily and the doll in her hands. His eyes narrow and he visibly takes a moment to switch mental gears. In the process, his smile drops slightly.
Ah.
I guess that means not everything in this store is a reproduction.
Are you quite sure that you want that doll, miss?
I trust my friend's judgment.
I see. Oh, no offense.
None taken. If you could please wrap it for me, it would be appreciated.
Yes, of course. But it is 20,000 yen.
Lily reaches into her purse and presents 4 crisp-looking 5,000 yen notes. Here you go. Here you are, 20,000 yen. The storekeeper dutifully takes them and the doll, then proceeds to the counter. I take Lily's arm to guide her there. I'm like, you should spend 20,000 yen. Are you sure about this? It's okay. I have the funds I need. As I said, I trust your judgment. I knew it! She got the money. She got the money. I feel guilty on 2 fronts. Firstly, because Lily has spent a lot of money on my recommendation. Secondly, because I have a feeling the value of my gift isn't high enough. Nevertheless, Lily does seem to get somewhat awkward whenever the mention of her money comes about. Okay. I hand the shopkeeper my present, and the money for it in turn. He puts the cash in the register before busying himself with wrapping the doll and repeating the process on the chessboard. Eventually, he finishes the gift wrapping and hands us both our presents.
Please be careful on your way back, and do come again.
Thank you. Indeed, thank you very much. The store owner bows deeply to us as we leave. Well, it did take us all day, but we found something in the end. That we did. Now that the presents are wrapped, I'm feeling a little impatient to give them to Hanako. It's a common reaction to buying gifts, wanting to see the reaction of the receiver as they discover what it is. And part of me wants to return to Hanako, just to confirm her condition with my own eyes. So, should we head back? Let's. We've done a lot of walking today. So I almost went to old man voice.
Yeah, okay.
So I shan't take my mind. Taking a rest back at the dormitories. Lily's right. Now that the need to find a shop is over, my legs are feeling quite tired. Well then, back to school for us. I'm looking forward to resting for a bit too. Lily holds out her arm, and I link mine with hers. Together we make our way back to the bus stop. My milk goes warm really fast. I'm gonna down it. Chug, chug, chug. Chug, motherfucker. Oh, hardly. Sorry. Muto reads equations and formulas to us one by one, in his usual and enthusiastic monotone directly from the book. It's possible that he might be excited about what he teaches us. Sometimes he can display an awkward spark of passion for it, as if he's starting to get into the material. Most days, however, are like this one. What we're covering is fairly simple, so I find it increasingly difficult to keep my concentration on him. It's not long until my legs begin aching again, which only makes it even harder. I'm almost starting to regret walking around the city yesterday with Lily. Since leaving the hospital, I've done very little physical exertion. Walking to and from the local corner store so hardly counts. Despite Emmy's attempts when I first arrived in Yamaku, I've largely given up on the idea of ever returning to my old level of fitness. I have little doubt that's why walking around towns for so many hours has made me quite so sore. It's depressing, and it reminds me of one of the things I can't do since I had my heart attack. It makes me feel really pathetic. Now, is Ikazawa? Oh, it's her name, isn't it? Hanako Ikazawa. It's odd for Muto to ask Hanako a question, but not unheard of. She quickly jumps to her feet, a little startled, and immediately pins her eyes onto him. She knows that Muto calling on her is rare, so all eyes in the classroom are going to be on her. This way she doesn't run the risk of making eye contact. Making eye contact with anyone else. Okay. Yes? Yeah? In this particular example of a redox reaction, the combustion of methane reaction actually produces one more product that is listed. That product is... Even though it's a softball question, she timidly waits a bit before answering, biting down slightly on her lower lip as if to keep her concentration. Oh, it drives me crazy when girls do that. Heat? Well done! This is the exothermic reaction, with the reaction giving more heat than is put into it. She fades into nothingness. Receiving a nod from Muko, Hanako takes her seat once again and gives a relieved sigh. A shaky start, but it's something. It'd be nice to take her out for her birthday. Somewhere different from the usual isolation of her room and the tea room. With the progress she's made until now, I don't think she'll have much of a problem going to the city. Right then, for the remainder of the class, I'd like you to work in groups of 3 or 4 on the problems in Chapter 12. I'll be here if you need me. Muto sits down behind the desk, pulls some loose sheets out of a folder, and starts on some kind of paperwork on his own. I thought teachers were supposed to do that kind of thing after class, not during it. Regardless, I took to my right to pick out something from the group, to pick out someone to form a group with. Given the 2 smiling faces hovering near me, I don't think I'm going to get much say in the matter. I suppose we have a group then? Hey Chan, you want to work together? Okay, that's great. It's really been a while. The class begins the process of noisily shuffling the desks around, with Shizune doing the same as she puts hers in front of mine. She's a little lucky to not be able to hear the din of the classroom, which is loud enough to cause some discomfort. Truth be told, working with Shizune and Misha is probably a good outcome. Shizune and I are pretty good at this subject, and Misha has really nice handwriting. Oh god, figure in the background. As I look to Misha, I notice a tall figure behind her. The shadow catches Misha's attention as well, and she turns to face the dark-haired observer. Good afternoon, Hanako.
Hello.
Shizune finally notices Hanako after looking up and following the gaze of Misha and I. In quick measure, she taps Misha on the shoulder to get her attention before signing away.
Chichan said if you're looking for a group, you can join ours.
Hanako looks down and blushes a little at the offer. Out of all the people in the class, Hanako's most familiar with the three of us, so it's reasonable that she'd come to us first. Then again, her actually coming up to a group with the intention of joining them is something she's apparently very rarely did before. She leaves briefly to drag her desk over, and Shizune and Misha wheel back to me as soon as her back is turned. Oh no.
I guess we get to play again, Hichan. You hardly ever play with us anymore.
I wonder why. You two always seem to have some ulterior motive.
That hurt, Hichan. I almost think you were insulting us. But it's Hichan, so I know that you're joking.
Such a great sense of humor about it. It'd be awful if someone were to take advantage of your good nature. Oh, that's really creepy. For a minute, my head, I was went like, whoa, what? If we almost were to take advantage of your good nature, like making you help them with their work. Shizune seems excited for a second, a little surprised that I'm willing to challenge her. But when she sees Hanako coming back, she backs off with a smile. I guess the mind games are over early today. And also the episode is over. Oh, look at that segue. So, thank you for watching, guys. I'm really enjoying this again. Very good, very good, very good. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm getting weirdly attached to the characters in this. And it's just a stupid... it's just fake. I don't know. Getting weirdly attached. Either way. Thank you for watching. I've been Millbee. This has been Katawa Shoujo. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, as always, and I will see you next time.